in this one. Out of the lineup with a right adductor strain. He should miss about a week or so. But Marcus Smart is back for the Celtics and doing things like that. The no-look behind the head pass to Robert Williams III for that two-handed slam. Then the long bounce pass from Smart to Jason Tatum for the layup on the break. Ben Simmons to Joe Harris in transition for 3, 10 points in the first quarter alone for Harris. Then into second quarter highlights, Seth Curry breaking down his man and getting the mid-range jumper to go. More from Simmons, this time to TJ Warren in transition. 10 assists for Simmons in the first half alone, and those two would put the Nets up 50-44. More second quarter highlights, this time with Jason Tatum spinning away from the double team and laying it in. And the C's would lead the way 60-57 at the half. Into third quarter highlight, a block on Tatum at the rim to start the break. And ultimately, Kyrie Irving would finish it on the other end. Here's Simmons to Claxton in transition for a couple of his own. Then Tatum with the lob to Williams yet again. The Nets still leading the way by 3 at that point. Here's Simmons to Harris for 3 more. Then a couple of Malcolm Brogdon highlights. The drive for the layup. Then after the Nets turnover here, Brogdon with yet another one. Simmons, this time looking to pass instead of laying it in, and turns it over. Tatum then lobbing up a shot that becomes a pass as Williams dunks it home. And the Celtics would pull away. The second of our TNT doubleheader, Luka Doncic and the Mavs in LA to take on LeBron James and the Lakers. Luka driving and getting the turnaround to go in the first quarter. Then the Mavs passing around the arc here and ultimately finding Spencer Dinwiddie in the corner for 3. Luka, somehow with eyes on the back of his head here, finds Tim Hardaway Jr. for 3 more, and that would all be part of a 14-2 run by the Mavs. Here's more Luka pulling up and knocking down the 3. Then LeBron in the second, driving and getting the finger roll to go. Russell Westbrook misses the jumper here, gets the second chance, and knocks down the 3. The Mavs, though, still leading the way 46-42, and Luka would connect on yet another one from deep on the other end, and the Mavs would lead the way 59-40. Continue in the third with Luka driving, kicking it back out to Hardaway Jr. for 3 more, and those 3 would give the Mavs the 68-52 lead. Then in transition, LeBron passed 3 defenders to finish. This time, though, has the ball stripped, gets it back, scores, and draws the foul, and makes that free throw. Westbrook in the fourth, tying the game here at 86 apiece with the turnaround jumper. Then Luka with the alley-oop to Christian Wood for the slam, and this, fittingly, Luka's 10th assist of the night. Dennis Schroeder driving, finding Russ yet again for another 3. Then LeBron with the drive and the kick to Wenyen Gabriel, who knocks down a corner 3 of his own. More Schroeder this time driving, getting the bucket to go and giving the Lakers the 99-97 lead. But LeBron would get the rebound and go for the shot. The refs would call this a jump ball. So with seconds running out, the Mavs would foul Russ, but then Schroeder would step up to the line. Coach Jason Kidd would challenge this call. Russ then would make both free throws. A 99-98 lead for the Lakers at this point. Then with 11.8 seconds to go, Luka would get the ball, step back, and drain the 3 to tie the game up at 101 apiece. The Lakers would get one more opportunity, LeBron, with the pass out of the double team, finds Troy Brown Jr. for the shot, but we're headed to overtime, tied at 101 apiece. And the game would get a bit chippy in the first. Luka getting fouled hard by Russ. This would be called a flagrant one on Westbrook. The game tied at 103 apiece at that point. Then Dinwiddie driving and throwing it down. The Mavs leading the way 105 to 103 with less than 2 minutes to go. LeBron to Gabriel, the lay-in plus the foul, and he'd make that free throw and give the Lakers back their 1-point lead. Then Luka would fake the drive, step back, and drain the three here to tie things back up at 108 apiece. The Lakers with a chance to win, but the block by Christian Wood. So we're Dinwiddie off the screen and dunks it home. The Mavs leading 110 to 108. Then LeBron to Westbrook for three more, giving the Lakers the 113 to 112 lead. But more Luka on the other end, and more Dinwiddie. These two would give the Mavs the 118-113 lead, and they'd hold on to win it in double overtime. Joel Embiid and the Sixers hosting Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and the Thunder in Philly. SGA highlights started early here in the first quarter, bringing the ball up, stopping behind the arc, and getting the easy three to fall. That would put the Thunder up 11-5. Then, after the pass to Josh Giddey, SGA would cut to the basket and get the bounce pass to slam it in. The Thunder leading 20-11. More SGA, this time bringing the ball up the court, driving the lane, stopping on a dime for the step back. Then Tyrese Maxey to George Niang from beyond the arc for three, tying things up at 35 apiece. Here's James Harden feeding it down low to Embiid, who'd lay it in. The Thunder still leading the way 45-41 at that point. Later in the second, Lou Dort to Trey Mann for the long three, the Thunder leading 54-41. Then SGA bringing the ball up, driving the lane, almost losing his footing, but still enough control to finish it. More Harden. The inbound pass, stopping at the arc and getting the awkward three to go, drawing the foul and making that free throw. Harden. But the Thunder would still lead the way by 10 at the half. Here's more Harden in the third with the step back jumper, giving the Sixers the 2-point lead. Then Giddey to SGA for the pull-up. More from Shai, this time bringing the ball up, driving the lane, making a move, and laying it in. And OKC would finish the third quarter on a 28-10 run. Into fourth quarter highlights, Embiid throwing it down. Then Giddey on the other end. These two would put the Thunder up 128-112, and they'd pull away to win it, 133-114. Donovan Mitchell and the Cavs in Portland to take on Damian Lillard and the Trailblazers. Highlights start with him in the first quarter. Yusuf Nurkic finds Dame for three to give the Blazers the 12-5 lead. Then later in the first, Mitchell to Darius Garland for three on the other end. That would cut into their deficit, but the Blazers would still lead the way by three. Anthony Simons with the mid-range jumper, giving the Blazers the 25-20 lead. Then more Dame, this time the layup and one, and he'd make that free throw. Josh Hart getting it done defensively, the steal on Mitchell. Simons to Jeremy Grant for the dunk. And the Blazers lead 48-39. Then more Mitchell, missing the layup here, but would get his own putback slam. Another three from Dame. And the Blazers would lead the way at half at 51. Here he is yet again, with third quarter highlights starting with a step back three to give the Blazers the 68-61 lead. Then Garland to Jared Allen for the jumper in the lane. Karis LeVert to Mitchell for three more. Then more Dame driving down the lane for the finger roll finish. Another deep step back three, and that would give the Blazers the 102-97 lead. Nurkic getting blocked by Evan Mobley. Mitchell then getting the rebound and getting the layup to go. Then Garland would miss here. But that's why Jared Allen's there. The rebound and the putback and the 1-point game. Mitchell with the step back two, giving the Cavs the 1-point lead, 105-104. Then Garland with the fadeaway in the lane, putting the Cavs up 109-106. More Dame, this time with the assist to Simons for three to tie it up at 109 apiece. But more of the Cavs on the other end. Mitchell to Mobley. And the finish with less than 2 minutes to go. Then with about a minute and a half, Garland with the lob to Mitchell for the alley-oop to put the Cavs up 115-109. And they'd in Miami to take on the Heat. No Giannis Antetokounmpo in this one, dealing with a knee injury. Jimmy Butler in the first quarter, driving and getting the layup to go to put the Heat up 8-6 early on. Then Jordan Nwora with the pass to Drew Holiday for three. Bobby Portis spinning toward the basket and getting the jumper to go. Then Javon Carter pulling up and knocking down a three of his own. Those three would give the Bucks the 32-17 lead. But then the Heat would erase a 15-point deficit on the other end. Bam Adebayo for the jumper, then Gabe Vincent on the keeper, the step back plus the foul, and he'd make that free throw. Max Strus with a three of his own. And these two teams would go into the locker room tied at the half. Into third quarter highlights, Vincent this time finding the driving Adebayo for the dunk. Look at this one more time from Bam. Then more Vincent with three more. 28 points for Gabe Vincent in this game, 6 assists as well. More Holiday with another jumper on the other end, 24 points and 11 assists for him. Then Victor Oladipo in the fourth. Up the court and spinning toward the basket to finish on the right side. More Vincent, this time with the lob to Jimmy Butler for the alley-oop slam. Those two would give the Heat the 97-85 ball, stretching ahead of tip-off as the Hornets head to Toronto to take on Pascal Siakam and the Raptors. Fred VanVleet to Scotty Barnes inside in the first quarter. These two would put the Raptors up 7-4. Later in the first, Barnes swinging to Spicy Pete for three. And the Raptors would lead the way 16-6. More first quarter highlights continue with OG Anunoby driving and getting it to go. Then Hernan Gomez to Anunoby, yet again, this time for three. More from Siakam driving in, getting it to go off the glass and putting the Raps up 35-28. Then into second quarter highlights, Malachi Flynn would drive in and find Barnes for a dunk of his own. He had 21 points and 9 assists in the game. Here is one of them, Barnes to Gary Trent Jr. on the cut for the layup and one, and he'd make that free throw. He had 19 points in the game. Then Dennis Smith Jr. to Ball for three. And Mason Plumlee with the rebound and the putback dunk. The Raptors, though, still leading the way 61-52. Then Siakam for three more on the other end. And the half. VanVleet, this time to Siakam in the third. And these two would put the Raptors up 75-64. Then more Ball on the other end. This time we're looking for Terry Rozier, and he'd find him 3 of his 21 points there. Siakam to Anunoby for three more. Then Siakam would keep at it with this one. The miss, but the putback. More Siakam finishing the Hornets with the one-handed dunk. He had 35 points and 7